Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well. Good to see so many of you on here this evening as well. Just to let you know, this is for exclusive videos, exclusive webinar for the Global Horizons Group, but also some of Team Freedom from Lorraine and Ian Balcom's group are with us this evening as well. I'm just having a look. 32. We've got a few of us online. There'll probably be a few more as we go through. And so welcome to you all, and for getting in on time. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. It was a pretty special one for us as well, I'm sure, as you know. But we'd like to spend some time with you this evening to go through some of the K-Live stuff and what we would personally recommend and how you build your business. Now, it's entirely up to you what you do with the K-Live catalog. Clean Easy have not come at this and said, you must do it this way. You mustn't do it this way. We know which way they'd like, and we know which way the people on the Clean Easy board would like you to do it. But we're going to give you our best advice on this. Now, just so you know, by the way, I will cut the chat in a second. In fact, it's no good you trying to communicate with me live, so to speak. I will cut the chat off just as we're going now. And the reason for that is that I'm not actually live with you. I'm about 30 or 40 seconds in the future, so to speak. You're seeing just a slight delay by about 30 to 40 seconds. So by corresponding with me directly, I'm going to be sort of another 30 or 40 seconds ahead. But what we'll do at the end is we will have a little bit of a questions and answer session. I'll open up the chat box again. We'll play maybe that K-Live video for 5 minutes, and you can put any questions that you've got in there. Okay, and then after the video, I'll come back on as of live, if you like, and I'll answer them for you. Hopefully that makes sense. So what we'll do, we are recording this as well. So if you have got team members that can't get on here this evening, hopefully they'll be able to watch the video replay, but we'll pass that on to you later, of course. Now, okay, let me just share training, and we might have one or two issues with this. I'm not quite sure. I know sometimes we have in the past, but I can correct that anyway. Let's have a quick look now. Yeah, so it sometimes does this, unfortunately, in Google Chrome. I'm just going to change a couple of things just to make sure that everything is going to be okay. Bear with me just 1 second. Just bear with me, guys. It's just playing up just a little here. Right. We will get there, I promise you. Let's try that once more. Okay, that may look a little strange to you, but that should look okay now. Right, okay. So let's talk to you in a bit more detail about how you can use this fantastic new tool for your business. Now, what I'd like to do, and I'm sure some of you have been looking at some of the social media that's been going on over the last couple of days, but I know that not everybody's on our Facebook group. We'd highly recommend that to you, first of all, if you're not. But let's just have a look at so far what we've seen, or some of it, just to give you some feedback. Now, this is just literally some random stuff that's been taken over the last couple of days. You can see here somebody who literally started 18 hours ago, just after the conference, posted to 19 groups late afternoon, now 3 orders, totaling £78. Very, very simple. I mean, these products are just flying out. I spoke to Lisa Burt today, and she could not believe in her wildest dreams the reaction that have happened already. You can see here from what Lorraine said, you know, posted between 3 people in their team on just a few products, or just the duvet set, and got £677 between them. Or Christine at the bottom here, 6 king size bed in a bag sets, 3 double bed in a bag sets, 2 silver leaf chains, £222 really, really quickly. I bumped into somebody who was walking. We were just going out on the Saturday evening, walking down to the local curry house to feed our faces, and I bumped into this guy. Said, "Oh, Andy," he said, "it's unbelievable what we've already got." This was in somebody a completely different team, and they said, just this evening, in 3 hours since the conference has finished, using my mobile phone and just without even the websites up properly, so we've got £350 worth of orders, and by the time he posted it, it was about £450 worth. That was in a 3-hour time slot. Joanne on the right here, you can see her, she's looking quite happy. I don't think that is actually a picture of her, but and at 2 hours, an extra £135 in orders. And there was somebody that was on last night, I think I've got their one here, Dave Evans, £721 worth of orders in just over 24 hours. You can see there's some comments that were put underneath there. I actually said, do you realise that? And that was basically on 1%. That was 5 items, which is actually not even 1%. There's about 700 items. So less than 1% of items, £721 in orders. I said, that's amazing. Just think if you did that every day, what you'd get. I said, do you realise if you did about £300 odd every day, that would be gold at the end of a 4-week period? And what if only half of that happened? You still earn yourself about an extra £800. So it's, without going too much into detail, there are amazing things happening with this, and you're mad, in my opinion, if you really don't start taking advantage of this. Now let's talk just a little bit about the commission rates. Now on your regular Clean Easy catalogues, if you're not aware, it's approximately, it's just over this actually, but it's 20 to 36% on the normal products that you put out in your normal Clean Easy catalogues and specials, of course. Now the K-Life and also the internet specials that run, of course, online on from the Clean Easy website give you 10 to 18%. So it's pretty much half the commission rates. Now, lower commissions, though, mean much keener prices. And this has been one of the things that we've seen with the internet specials and obviously now with K-Life. Because, as I said on Saturday, you might have an item in your Clean Easy catalogue or any catalogue that might be there for £40. But it's really no good if people aren't buying it. Where if that particular product's at £20, which Clean Easy can do at the lower commission rates, you may well sell hundreds of those items. So what's going to be better for you? Of course, having a lower commission, but plenty of the sales. Now, probably, you know, if you've read autobiographies and things like that, you'll know this guy, Alan Sugar. And as you know, he was somebody, certainly back in the 80s, who slashed profit margins to drive prices down to get a much, you know, exactly the same sort of philosophy as we're talking here. And he became a multi-millionaire with that philosophy, where companies like Woolworths, who never changed anything they did, have long since gone out of business. Now, however, what's really important, and Clean Easy have been working with the distributor development board, which is a group of distributors, to make sure that we all ring fence our Clean Easy income so that you protect what you have whilst building this other fantastic thing. And, you know, we don't want to be losing money, do we? There's no good in doubling your turnover and halving your income. I'm sure you wouldn't want to do that. So we want to ring fence your Clean Easy part of your business to protect your income. And sometimes, you know, you can have too much to give to people in a catalogue pack. And I know people think, you know, I mean, certainly with the new catalogues, they feel a little light, don't they, compared to what we had before Christmas. But I don't know about you, I've been really surprised with the amount of sales that we've seemed to have or get from a much smaller package. And I think it's sometimes like when you go to a restaurant. I'm sure many of you have done this. You go to a restaurant and you see a huge, expansive menu. And you can be there 3 or 4 times as long going through that menu, and we get too much choice, don't we? You really don't know what, you know, to make your mind up with. I know I'm certainly like that. So sometimes you can have too much, but the difference with that, when you go to a restaurant, you're going to have to pick something, otherwise you're going to starve. But with a Clean Easy catalogue, you don't have to always do that. You can just put it down and not buy. So sometimes you can have too much, and psychologically you think they've got to have everything at the time, but that's not necessarily the case, of course. Now, what didn't really work so much in the past Well, these last two previous catalogues, if you're brand new to the business, and we know we have some new people in this evening, you won't recognize these, but the Clean Easy Plus, which had some premium items, and also the Just For You. And these are not going to be in the packs going forward. This is what is going to be taking place of, I guess, but massively improved with K-Life. And the reason that these were taken out, and here's a couple of facts, and I know there's ones of you on here that are looking at this and saying, well, I know we received orders out of these, and of course you received orders, but one of the things was that it didn't increase the sales in Clean Easy at all. In fact, since they brought these in, turnover slipped back a little bit, and that might sound strange to you. There were more products, surely we'll get more sales. Not always the case. It's exactly what we were talking about with the menu. You can have too much there, and what often happened is you got substitute purchases. So maybe you got £25 or £30 worth of orders, but rather than coming from the traditional Clean Easy packs, because these particular two catalogs were a lower commission earning catalog as well, you were finding you were getting substitute purchases on lower commission items. So they may well still order £25 out of your regular Clean Easy pack, but they were just being spent on these products rather than the full commission items that you now have, because all of the items now in your main Clean Easy packs are full SPV or full commission, between 20 to 36%. So that's where we were. Okay, and like I said, this is where we are obviously going forward with K-Life, which is probably one of the most exciting things that I've ever seen since I've been involved in 20 years. In fact, I've never seen anything like the sales. And the amazing thing is that stuff that you saw on social media earlier and that you've been looking at has all happened with just people with one catalogue and a website that hasn't been working, and we know it's still running slow and it's a little bit temperamental, and I'm sure it's all going to be up and running well by Wednesday. And it's amazing that I'm sure some of you would have seen that. In fact, Lisa Burke phoned me today and said, hey, we may have another cushion cover situation. If you don't know what a cushion cover situation is where when we launched the online stuff, we sold out £40,000 worth in like the first day, because and Clean Easy, of course, were totally unprepared for that. And of course, you do need to be a little patient with some of this stuff. They've got £4 million worth of product already in. That's huge to tie up in product for a brand new venture. But they've got £4 million worth, but they've got 700 products. They can't have unlimited amounts in stock there. And the pug stuff, you know, the bed covers and things like that, they said, if we don't slow this down on this particular brand, they said, we're probably going to go straight out of stock on Wednesdays. That's probably going to happen for a while. So do bear that in mind. There are going to be some growing pains with it. But as I said on Facebook today, isn't it great to be growing? It's fantastic to be growing. So some of you would have seen the video on at the start with that on YouTube. And if you haven't, we'll play that at the end as well, of course. Now, this will get you extra sales and boost your income if used properly. And there is a way to use it properly, in our opinion. Now, the price is £29 for 50. If you haven't seen it, it's a bigger catalogue. It's 195 pages, more than the Clean Easy one. And also it's bigger in size, and it's not stapled, it's bound down the back. So it really has got a quality feel for it. And the good thing is that it's so much better value than the Clean Easy Plus and Just For You. I'll tell you the reason why. Because if you don't need to buy 250 of these. Okay, let's say you're working with 250 catalogues. With the Clean Easy Plus and Just For You, they were about £5 each. Okay, so you would spend £25 on each of those to put into your catalogues. So that's 50 quid. And you'd have two versions of that over 6 months. So that would be, what, 100 quid? Something like that over a 6-month period to put Just For You and Plus into your catalogues. You can get away with this and build your business for 1 or 2 boxes, I would say, in 6 months. So much, much better value, so cheaper, and we think it's going to give you additional sales rather than substitute or instead of sales. Now let's talk about ways to generally move your product. Not talking about this, but just general ways to move your product in Clean Easy. And These are many of the ways: blanket dropping, put in with your regular Clean Easy pack, thank you packs, which we'll talk about those in a second, tap and tell or presenting your catalogs, selling online, which I think is going to be the biggie. We're seeing that already. And of course, family and friends. Now, purely and simply for this type of way, all of these ways are valid ways to move products, or blanket dropping at the top you can call letterboxing. But we're only currently going to recommend 4 out of these 6 methods to move your products via K-Life. Okay, all valid in on other ways, but we would say blanket dropping or letterboxing and putting in with your regular Clean Easy pack is probably not the way to go. Now, Clean Easy don't say let's not get me wrong on this. We are giving you our best advice. We've been in the business 20 years. We're looking at what other leaders are doing. We know what the vast majority of other leaders are doing, and the whole thought process behind K-Life. It should be extra sales, okay, not instead of sales. So if you could bear that in mind, we're not saying you don't have to actually do any of these particular things. It's entirely up to you if you wanted to blanket drop them or put them with Clean Easy packs, but we really don't think that's the way to go. Now let's talk about some of these in a bit more detail. Let's talk about thank you packs. Now, what's a thank you pack? And some of you might not be used to having them referred to as this, but we have done this in the past. Certainly when we've had Christmas time, where we've left additional catalogs when we pick up an order. Some of you got involved in this with the ACE trial, and this all really came out of the ACE trial. The ACE trial, if you were involved with that, was a similar type of way where we would leave people a catalog to look at between picking up their order and delivering their goods. However, the one thing that customers really didn't like was the process of how that was done, because people had to have a credit check and they had to have it delivered with postage and packaging, which obviously we don't do. So this is the way that most people, and we know Neil Young does it extremely successfully, and Jackie White has been doing this successfully. And it's a matter of when you pick up an order, leave a K-Life catalog with a slip. And the slip would look something like this. And we will have, by the way, at the end of this webinar, we will give you the details of where you can go and download these. You can see obviously what it says there. Of course, if you want to go and over type your date on there, or just write the date in of when you're going to be delivering the products, and you can see there's places there to over type your name, telephone number and email address. Okay, so put that in with, obviously the K-Life packs come with their own special order forms, and they also come with a bag, snap bag, exactly the same, that you can put that in. And of course, if those of you that were with ACE would remember, there was a lot of regulation problems, which we don't have with this, of course. Now, collect the bag, as we've already said, when delivering your order. So go there and just simply ask for the catalogue pack back, with or without orders, of course, and then just simply deliver goods in the normal way. So you go back round the next week and you're going to be seeing 10 to 18% commission, depending on your level in the marketing plan. And bear in mind, this is all on top, of course, of your normal 20 to 36% commission. So you're not getting these substitute purchases getting in the way. Now, if they don't order from you, what do? How do you promote your shop? Well, again, here is a flyer that you can put in, which you can see here, invites them if they want to. They can give you a call, or of course go to klife.co.uk/your account number, or of course you can personalize your name. And as I've said a little earlier, do please bear in mind, yes, there have been some issues with the site. That's what they're sorting out, and so it's going to be a little temperamental and working and not working over the next day or so. So they get this right for the launch on Wednesday. I'm sure that'll be the case. And quite importantly to say, all catalogue orders will be ordered and personally delivered by us. And you obviously have your details at the bottom, because some people, if you were involved in that ACE trial, might be a little confused on the process. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now, tap and tell or presenting is certainly another way. In my opinion, blanket dropping or letterboxing that this catalog is too expensive. Say too expensive, it's not too expensive, it's the same price as the Clean Easy catalogs, but I think it's just too good to be doing that with, because if you start letterboxing, do bear in mind you're going to lose a percentage, maybe 5 or 10%. That may well work. If you guys go out there and you go and put out 100 catalogs and get £300 worth of orders, fantastic. I'm just not 100% convinced that will be the case. And I don't want you losing too much money to go and prove a point. Up to you if you want to go and do that. But as far as we're concerned, and again, some of the greater minds in Clean Easy are concerned as well, the people on the Clean Easy distributor board, you know, some of the top Clean Easy distributors, certainly think if you want to go and get new customers, presenting is the way forward. So as we said, too valuable to blanket drop it in our opinion. We have got, of course, advice at presentyourcatalogs.co.uk if you wish to go and present your catalogs. Of course, it's going to be a little different from when you're doing Clean Easy, because Clean Easy has name awareness. Because normally when I'm presenting a catalog, I would say something like, if I was knocking on the door, I'd say, hi, I'm sorry to bother you, just delivering some Clean Easy catalogs in this area, and we're just seeing if we can, or we're just checking to make sure it's okay to leave you one to have a look at overnight. So that's pretty much the sort of approach I would have. So you're going to be saying, hi, I'm just delivering some K-Life catalogs in this local area. We're just checking to see if it's okay to leave you a catalog to look at overnight, or words to the effect of that. But you are going to get people say, well, who is it? Now, here's the response. And some people are going to choke when I say this. This is the response I would put. So it's a brand new company called K-Life. We operate similar to companies like Avon, but we have a lot of different products at really low prices. Just leave it out for us to collect tomorrow to save disturbing you. Okay. Now, some of you will be choking saying, why have you compared us to Avon? Well, one, we don't want to necessarily make a comparison with Clean Easy because, you know, it's a different brand. We're not trying to work under that particular brand. We're to see if, you know, because some people, Clean Easy will open doors for you, but some people may find it a little toxic. Maybe they, you know, haven't ordered from Clean Easy before and they don't want to. So the new brand is opening doors for you that it maybe wouldn't have done before. So let's get the ego out of the way. Let's not say it's like Clean Easy, because more people out there have probably heard of Avon. Okay, so we operate similar to companies like Avon, but we have a lot of different products at really low prices. Just leave it out for us to collect some more to save disturbing you. Okay, so that's the way I would put that. And certainly it's a good idea to do that, because that, like I said, will get you a lot more customers than maybe you would have got just with the Clean Easy name. Now, online, I think, is the big player. Okay, we've already seen that. We've already discussed that at the start. You've seen the social media of what is happening already. Ranges possibly being sold out with people with one catalogue, because people haven't even got the catalogues yet, and the online shop hasn't been working properly. Why? Because there's no catalogues to lose, and in many, many cases, not fuel to pay. Okay, because when you're doing it online, very often the culture is people will come to you in Facebook groups. Okay, that's what we're mainly talking about. The culture is they're going to come to you. So the vast majority of the stuff that we sell online, we have people turning up at the door. I've got somebody turning up here tomorrow about 3:30 to pick up an order for £35, because that's the way they expect it. Prices are very keen, and very often normally cheaper than online. Just to give you a couple of heads up with that, my son Ashley, I just took him home a little earlier this evening. He was looking at the stuff in the catalogue. He said, this is some really good stuff here. He was talking about the Kickers shoes, or the boots, whatever they are. He was saying there was some good stuff in there, first of all. He said some real good prices. And he showed me on the Kickers site, the same boots there are £75, and some places online being sold at $79.99, and we're selling them for £60. So there's a bit of a clue for you, maybe if you're looking for something else to promote. And I said, where would you normally go for these if you were going to buy them? And he does buy a lot of designer gear. It's beyond me a lot of the stuff he buys, but you know what it's like. And he said, I would go, if I wanted these Kicker shoes, he said, they would be the ones, and I would go to Kicker site and buy them for £75. So many of the prices are cheaper than a lot of other places, that even from the manufacturers. Now, if you have not been doing any online selling, where have you been, first of all? A few other people noticed at the weekend we've been doing some of this stuff, okay? Go to sellonfb.co.uk. There are 5 very simple videos, many of those videos, or quite a few of those videos, under 5 minutes. Just showing you step by step what to do. And of course, if you're not involved yet, get on Facebook. And you don't have to be on Facebook. I did a talk about some of you guys that are not on Facebook at the weekend. You can catch that one up on Clean Easy's Head website, I guess, later on. But, you know, chuck your dinosaur badge away. Ask, okay? You don't have to be on Facebook. But you don't have to waste time playing games and things like that. But I'm telling you, if you don't want to go on Facebook, that's okay. But as long as you're aware that you're probably going to be foregoing several £1,000s worth of income over the next year, your choice. You see, there's 700 new products on there. It's just going to be huge. You know, either sit back and watch other people make money at this online, or get involved and ask. There's plenty of help. You know, upline, you know, whether you're in Lorraine's team or you're in our team, there's plenty of help. I mean, Lorraine and Ian are doing fantastic. They know exactly what they're doing with it. Now, a new thing that came out over the weekend, which we didn't see coming out, was this iCat. And I know there's obviously online catalogs. You've seen that before with Clean Easy. But this iCat is completely different. It's like the next generation of online catalogs. Do we know exactly what to do with this? Well, truthfully, no. It's a bit of a game changer. We've never, you know, we've normally recommend when saying sell online, don't mention any corporate stuff, which obviously if you link to a catalog, it's a bit more corporate, but it could work really well. So it could be a bit of a game changer. My advice is not to advertise your iCat, this new little bit of software, in other groups, okay? But I think it would be maybe a good idea to try it in your own. I think that could be worth a go, because people will know you and you've got a lot of good products maybe to sell. So you could certainly do that. And just to let you know, with this iCat, if you send it out to somebody who then passes it on to somebody else, who passes it on to somebody else, and trust me, it's extremely good, and people will share it with other people. Every time, if people order direct off of it, you know, you could pass it out to somebody, pass it out to 10 other people up in the Highlands of Scotland. And you realize if they buy from that, then you still get paid. It follows your details. Now, one of the things I would say, I think this is still one of the things they're updating. So I would not do this until the launch, okay? Because I was looking on it today and it did look like it wasn't actually fully functional quite yet. But we're only talking less than a couple of days, well, a couple of days away before it should launch anyway. So try it in your own group. If it doesn't work, you can always take it off, can't you? And maybe say something like this within the group. Hi everyone, we've just been given access to over 700 brilliant new products, some big brands, yet at some very small prices. Have a look at our catalogue and then put your link in there, of course, your personalized link. Okay, you can either order direct for a small delivery charge, or let me know what you'd like and we can arrange free delivery collection the same way as usual, and just make it personalized. Thanks, Andy, whatever your name is. Okay, so something like that I don't think would hurt. If it doesn't seem like you're getting much off of that and it's having, you know, a negative effect, then take it off. I don't think it necessarily will. And you know, people might well go through all your catalogue and say, can I have this, this and this? We'll see how well that works. Like I said, can't give you any definitive answer. It's a brand new thing. Be very wary of people say this is definitely the way to go when, you know, we have no history of this. It looks a little like this. You can see along the top here, I'm just going to move my arrow, you should be able to see that. You've got these buttons here that you can navigate through the pages. You can click here, and it doesn't flick the pages exactly the same. It just shows you a 2-page view when you click through it. This is obviously just a screenshot. You can obviously go in on there, or, you know, zoom in, zoom out. And this particular button here by the way, you can see that we've actually put an arrow to. That's the one that you would share it with. It'll give you a link to share on Facebook or Twitter or for email. Like I said, I know from earlier on, and you will see this little green plus button on virtually all products, and as soon as you're going through there, you can just literally click there and it comes up on screen with this is your updated basket over the rest of the page, and you can just either add or deduct, and people can log out the same way. Like I said, we're not sure how that's going to go, but I do know the 700 products in there, we're going to find ways of selling it, because if you haven't had a look through that yet, go to your website, have a look through. The products are unbelievable. I'm sure most of you have at least done that. And of course, don't forget your friends and family. So easy. Now, this is the same with Clean Easy and, of course, with K-Life. Give them, one set of catalogs. Maybe then, after you've got that back, give them the K-Life catalog. If you haven't done that, these are people that they like you, hopefully. And people that like you very often want to support you in your new business. But if you've given them a Clean Easy catalog before, hey, say have a look at what we've got here. Please don't forget them, because there could be hundreds of extra pounds worth, and they're not just buying, by the way, because they like you. That's an advantage. And I think sometimes it may be with Clean Easy, but some of the prices in this K-Life range, they're not going to be buying it because they like you. They're going to be buying them because they want them. But they like you as well, hopefully, so that's not a bad start too. So work on a plan of action, okay? Order 1 or 2 boxes, one for maybe tapping and telling, presenting the catalogs, and one for your customers and family and friends. We know some of you that went up there did actually get additional catalogs because you actually qualified. You did £150 in the time limit and get some extra as well. I mean, there'll be details obviously on Clean Easy's ordering site with the actual number. That's one thing I actually haven't got to hand, but that's not going to be an issue. We can always put it in the Global Horizons Facebook group, or I'm sure Lorraine's got details of the actual code number, the ordering one. But don't just plan for your retail. Okay, don't just plan for your retail. Plan for gold distributor. Earn full commission. We're talking about 10 to 18% or 20 to 36%. Those higher levels are when you get to the gold distributor level. So you're earning full commission, as well as probably typically an extra £1,000 to £1,500 each month on a part-time basis. So you're earning 20 to 36% or 10 to 18%, depending on the product range, of absolutely everything. You're earning the maximum amount. Here's the thing as well. If you have been maybe trying in the past to build your business, and sometimes you found the retention of people that you've brought in has been difficult, join the club. I think it probably has in the last 24 months. But the online side, and I guess that's why we had some recognition over the weekend for that as well. The online side, and particularly now with K-Life, is going to massively help your retention. There are people that are joining Clean Easy stroke K-Life, or I think they're going to be calling it the K Group. There are people that are doing that. By the time they get their catalogs through, they've sometimes got £100 or £200 worth of orders. Do you not think that's going to help retention? That will massively help you get to gold distributor. I can assure you there will be people that will come in very much so, and you'll see it over the next few months, people that will just sometimes come in that you introduce that could be doing several £1,000s worth a month purely and simply online. And do you think those people are going to quit easily? You better bet your bottom dollar they're not when they find out how this really is going to work. So the future looks extremely bright indeed, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do now, for those of you watching online, I'm just going to sort of reduce this back down, and I'm going to play a video, but because like I said, there's a delay on this. There's no point in us actually trying to correspond on a one-to-one basis. And what we'll do, I'm going to play a video, and then if you've got any questions, I'll open the chat up, put them in the chat, okay, and then after that video's gone through, I'll come back and we'll obviously answer any questions that you've got, hopefully anyway, that we haven't already covered. So If you're leaving us now and that's covered all your questions, I'll say good night. Otherwise, we'll see you back here in a few minutes' time. Okay, everyone, let's have a look at some of the questions you've put there, of course. So let's have a quick look down here. And by the way, if you do have any questions, then put them, hopefully, even if you put them in now, we're going to be on here more than a couple of minutes. So I'm just scooting down the ones I've got here. One from Gemma was saying, do I order K-Life products on the same order form as Clean Easy ones? Clean Easy will, as far as the order form goes, you'll still be able to put it in your normal order site if they're ordering from you, whether it be Clean Easy or K-Life. And I believe, just as a side issue to that, you should be seeing all of the K-Life products on your normal Clean Easy shop as well. Okay, so just talking about what the public see, your public-facing Clean Easy website should have all of your K-Life products as well, plus your brand new K-Life website will have purely the K-Life ones. But as far as order forms go, you will get some special order forms through with your catalog packs. But so yes, I would certainly say keep them separately. Now, hopefully, by the way, you can see on there, I have put the link in for under Gemma's question there, which is free PDF hosting. There's a PDF file with a link to the Word documents. If you click on those, they should download to your computer for the slips that we showed you earlier. Now, okay, I believe some of the chats. Oh no, here we go. Chris asks, well done, Andy. Great webinar. Thank you for that. Quick question. What would you do for month 2 of packs? Good question. So a customer orders from Clean Easy and gets a thank you pack and orders. Next time, do I only show the K-Life if they order again from a Clean Easy book, or do you start customer dropping K-Life books? Really, I would say every single time. I think the great thing about it, if you look at the front of the catalogue, it's not like a Clean Easy catalogue where it's got just the one product on there. You've got 6 products. I don't think if you saw that catalogue, in fact, I'm amazed, and I'm sure if you've been looking through it, every time I look through there, and I've looked through several times since we got it on Saturday, I'm seeing new things. And I don't think the front of the catalogue is particularly, in the best way possible, memorable, which I think is a good thing, because, the next time round, you just give them that catalogue. I guess you probably wouldn't know what was on the front of the Argos catalogue today. I think maybe you have quite a few products on there. So if you were looking at an Argos catalogue today and looking at one in, 2 weeks' time, a month's time, you probably wouldn't know, unless you looked at the top and saw the date on it, what particular catalogue it was. You just look at the current one that's there. So I would say, each time that you go to the house, without a doubt, leave that the K-Life catalogue. And sometimes there's going to be certain products that are going to be more seasonal. Always, there's some products that are going to sell well in the summer and some that are going to sell well in the winter, like you have the garden lights that are in there. And some of the garden items are going to obviously be selling better probably in springtime than other items that are going to be selling at this time of year. Exactly the same as the Clean Easy catalogue. So each time, definitely leave that particular thing. Graham says, should I not wear my Clean Easy cap and jacket when presenting K-Life catalogues? Absolutely. Not unless they start bringing out, maybe you want to rub the rest out and just leave the K on there. I don't know. Of course, I'm being a little facetious, but yeah, I would say do not wear. The whole thing is, it's not saying that you're not proud of being Clean Easy, by the way. That's not what it's saying. It's the same as online. We don't normally mention any particular affiliation to a company. It's just understanding you need to wear a different cap, or not in this case, when you're going around there. One of the whole ideas for this brand is it's new, it's aimed at a younger market in many respects, as well as people that may be older, but it's certainly, if you've looked at it, aimed at a younger market. So some people, the word, which not everybody, but for some people, the name Clean Easy can be a little toxic. They have an idea, don't they, if it's mops and brushes and things like that, which is one of the reasons for going for a slightly different name, a different brand, a younger looking brand. So certainly, yes, I would highly recommend that you don't do that. Yeah, the K-Life catalogue, Lorraine, will be updated on a 6-monthly basis currently. This one's been put together. It's been fantastically done, but a very short period of time. And I know that they're looking at the second one. They have a lot more time to put it together, to improve it even more. But it will be 6 monthly, so it'll change with the main Clean Easy catalogs, if you like. Will the delivery time be longer than 2 days? Jenny and Abbas ask. Exactly the same time as your normal Clean Easy products. If it's being delivered direct, it's normally 3 to 5 days. That's exactly the same with Clean Easy. So if it's by parcel force, 3 to 5 days. If it's been through you, it would be ordered along with your normal Clean Easy stuff. There may well be, I would imagine on that, of course, the only difference will be on personalized items, and I would imagine that will be exactly the same as it was with the Just For You, that that will take a little longer, and when it's dispatched, you'll be told. Karen says, is anybody out there? Can't help you with that, Karen. Obviously you're not hearing what I'm saying. Could you repost the link? I got logged off and logged on again. Let me just repost that link for you. Bear with me. Copy and paste that in. So here is the link again for, it's a PDF file, but that should just take you, yeah, you should have that. That's it. Then that'll take you to a link where you can just download. If you open that, click on the links within that PDF file, that will give you, and for people in our group, we will get those updated to our support site at globalhorizons.co.uk. So you can obviously download those directly, and that's a permanent place for it. Hopefully the rest of you are hearing me. Yeah, I believe, hopefully you can. I'm not sure. I know, obviously, like I said, I'm saying this, and it's probably about 30 or 40 seconds behind. Okay, there you go. Well, at least Debbie can hear me anyway. So, right. I'm just trying to see if we've covered all of those. I think I've covered pretty much all of those now. And yeah, that's it. Okay, right, so that's pretty much it. Good night, everybody. Hopefully, we can continue this over on the global, on our particular website. I'm sure those of you in Ian Lorraine's team can ask questions over there, or she can relay them through to us on our own sort of Facebook group, and I'm sure you guys can do that as well. All right, so I'll catch up with you all very soon. Hopefully most of you have got this okay, and we'll catch up with you, like I said, all very soon. Good night, everyone.